6th August 2023 Madhuban Avyakt BapDada Shanti Revise 31st of March 1995. The Murli's title is The Gifts of the Mela of Meeting God are the crown, the throne and the tilak. Today, the Unlimited Father is seeing all of you children in your unlimited form. The Father is unlimited, and all of you are also unlimited masters and also children. BapDada is pleased to see all the loving and cooperative children, and the children are also happy to see the Father. Does the Father have greater happiness, or do the children? What would you say? Both. This is known as the Mela of Meeting God. Many Melas take place, but the Melas of Meeting God only takes place at the confluence age. They cannot take place at any other time throughout the cycle. It is happening now, and it will happen again. All of you are enjoying the Mela, are you not? BapDada is pleased to see the fortune of the children, and he sings the song in his heart. Wah, children, wah! You never dreamed of this fortune. You never even thought of this fortune. But you are now experiencing elevated fortune practically. The line of elevated fortune is sparkling on the forehead of each one of you. All of you are sparkling stars, are you not? You have this elevated fortune of yours in your awareness, do you not? Why is this fortune elevated? Because all of you fortunate souls have taken a divine Brahmin birth through the bestower of fortune. The Father is called the bestower of fortune, and Brahma is also called a bestower of fortune. The births of all of you have taken place through BapDada. The fortune of someone whose father is the bestower of fortune himself would be so elevated. You are celebrating a meeting with God, are you not? Means speaking to the double foreigners. You are also celebrating. It is very good. If the double foreigners were not present in the unlimited Mela, it would not be an unlimited Mela. So, all of you also have such a special part that the Father and all the children are pleased to see you. Therefore, the number one fortune is to take a birth through the bestower of fortune, as well as this throughout the cycle. From the golden age to the iron age, has anyone ever received in any birth the fortune of having the Supreme Soul as the Father, the Teacher, and the Sadguru, and also the one who fulfills the responsibility of all relationships? You have received it now. However, you say with faith and intoxication that the one who is sustaining you is the Supreme Soul. People of the world just say that God is their sustainer, whereas you say from your practical experience that God is your Father and that He is your sustainer. He is sustaining you. Do you have this intoxication, or do you sometimes forget it a little? What happens is that whilst moving along, you consider your elevated fortune to be ordinary. It is elevated, but you consider it to be ordinary. So, because of thinking it to be ordinary, the sparkle of intoxication and happiness that you should constantly have, that you shouldn't forget for even a second, disappears. Because you have found the Father and know that He belongs to you and that you also belong to Him. You take it for granted. He does belong to you. Since He belongs to you, you should have this intoxication. You should have the spiritual intoxication. You do have it, but it is sometimes elevated, sometimes of the middle level, and sometimes ordinary. Just think, our Father is the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Soul is also directly your teacher. What teachings has he given you? What has he made you? Trinetri, Trikaldarshi, and Trilokinath. Does anyone else study for such an education? Until now, you have ever heard of this degree? You know of the degrees of becoming a judge, a barrister, a doctor, or an engineer. But have you heard of the degree of becoming Trilokinath, Trikaldarshi, Trinetri, and knowledgeful? Has anyone from the copper age through to the iron age ever received it? Did you receive it? You have also taken 63 births. Neither has anyone received it, nor will anyone receive it. Such is your teacher. No matter how many experiments scientists undertake, they still cannot reach Trilok. They cannot attain the knowledge of all three worlds, whereas even a 5-year-old child amongst you gives the knowledge of the three worlds. He would also say with intoxication, yes, there is the subtle region and the incorporeal world. So the Supreme Soul is also the teacher. He enables you to attain this degree with his elevated teachings. However, the greatest status in the world is the ruling status. Therefore, you also receive that status by studying. So he has made you into kings. Are you a king? Or do you still have to become one? You are a king, and yet you are sitting on the floor. You don't even have a solid building. You are sitting in tents. So, just say the most elevated status is the ruling status. So you are a self-sovereign at this time, and you also have to become a world ruler in the future. This is firm, is it not? Who has to rule? Or will another king rule over you? No, all of you will become kings. All of you will rule. So, have you also prepared your subjects, or will you rule over yourselves? Therefore, just look at your fortune. The Supreme Soul is your teacher, the one who gives you the ruling status. Then, as the Sadguru, what does a Guru do? He gives you a mantra. So what mantra did the Sadguru give you? Man Manabhav. You received the great mantra from the Sadguru, and you also received all blessings. How many blessings have you received? Look at your list of blessings. It is so long. You receive a blessing every day. You have been receiving them for so long. No Guru can give as many blessings to his followers. Have you ever seen such a Guru as the Sadguru who gives you a blessing every day? You have this intoxication now, do you not? Yes, very good. Constantly keep it with you. Let it not be that your intoxication begins to reduce as soon as you get into the bus from here. Let it constantly continue to increase. BapDada constantly wishes to see each child as number one in every subject. So, are you number one? Or do you still have to become that? Say with intoxication, if I don't become this, who would? You, double foreigners, have double the intoxication. Do you not? It is good. The Father is also pleased that each child of his is a crown prince, not a part of the subjects. The subjects are to come later. All of you are still lucky that you have a chance to have this meeting. What does it matter if you have to stay in a tent? At least you are not sleeping in the dust. You are sleeping on mattresses. You are receiving good Brahma Bhojan, not that filled with dust. You eat with love, do you not? There will be some difficulties. There have to be. Why? The game between Maya and God takes place at the same time. If you have a Mela with God, Maya will also definitely create a Jhamela, means chaos. Your duty is to have a Mela, and her duty is to create a Jhamela. So, you had a Jhamela and also a Mela. Someone said that there was a storm there. That does not matter. This is the storm, means intense speed of your efforts, and that is a physical storm. You are not afraid of what happened. Were you? No. Whether storms come or rain comes, no matter how much fluctuation there is, your minds are unshakable, are they not? You mothers are not afraid, are you? The tents have blown away. What shall we do? Were you a little afraid, wondering what was going to happen and whether your wealth would be okay or not? No matter what it is, there is less stumbling and effort than in devotion. Is there you? Not. So did you enjoy this Mela, or were you afraid seeing the Jhamela? Was no one afraid? One or two must have been afraid. You are enjoying yourselves, are you not? Should we continue this Mela for 2 more days? Acha. BapDada also tours around and sees the Jhamela of Maya. He sees the games of what the children are doing and what Maya is doing. BapDada is pleased to see the love of your children. Your love has created this Mela. There is the love of the Father. There is the love of your children. What happens when both come together? It becomes a Mela. The scene is so enjoyable. Did you ever think that you would find such a huge family? Who would have such a large family? How many homes do you have? 1. How many service places do you have? Countless. So that is also Baba's home, is it not? Baba's home is your home. People say that you make people leave their homes, whereas you have actually created so many homes that you are not able to count them. You have to remember all of them. So this is not leaving your home, but creating more homes. Did you leave your family? Or did you extend your family so much that it is difficult even to meet everyone? Can all the Brahmins, however many there are, meet in one place? It would be difficult, would it not? This is because it is someone else's kingdom. It is not your kingdom. However, you have found the Father and an unlimited family. So by remembering the unlimited, you have unlimited happiness and unlimited intoxication. If you look at it in a limited way, thinking, I'm from this country, I'm from this zone, that is limited. However, you just say that in name in order to identify yourselves. This is this zone, this is this place, but you consider yourselves to be of the unlimited. Do you not? You have to observe the disciplines. Some even think, what is this? That you will only get food when you put on a badge. They create trouble over the meals, do they not? However, you have to do this because there is benefit in following the regulations. This is not a bondage, but a means to make you free from obstacles. Where there are obstacles, do not think, what is this new system? Our thoughts reach the Father. However, you are the ones who are Maryada Purushottams, means one who follow the most elevated code of conduct, or are just the senior daddies Maryada Purushottam, and you are free from that. So, to be Maryada Purushottam means to be one who follows all the Maryadas and stays within the line of conduct. The lesson of Haji is made firm, is it not? When something happens, are you able to say Haji, or do you even say Naji? When something happens, then from saying Haji, you become so firm in Naji that even if the Father were to tell you something, you would not listen to him. When the little children came at the beginning of establishment, in order to make this lesson firm for them, BapDada always used to say no means to be an atheist, and to say yes means to be a theist. So who are all of you? Are you a theist? You are not a theist. Are you? Do you sometimes become those? You play games. You have become knowledgeful of Maya because Maya is also knowledgeful. Maya is knowledgeful in making you fall, and so you are knowledgeful in flying. So Maya also sees when your flying fluctuates a little, and when she sees that, she attacks you. However, because you are knowledgeful, you know beforehand, and so you are not defeated. You are garlanded with a garland of victory. Is there a garland of victory around everyone's neck, or do you sometimes take it off? Acha, are those sitting at the back enjoying themselves? This is also Madhuban's area, is it not? And so, can such a huge mela take place anywhere else except in Madhuban? It cannot, can it? So, Madhuban is your unlimited home. Here, everything is unlimited, whereas everything has to be considered everywhere else. Here, when you have a thought, it happens practically. So, each of you has arrived at the godly mela through your own fortune. All of those who have come here for the first time this cycle, raise your hands. Means in a gathering of nearly 13 to 14,000, the majority were new brothers and sisters. It is good. You are seeing all of this on the TV. Look, the majority of the facilities of science have been invented recently. A few years ago, these facilities of science did not exist. For whom have they been invented? For you. BapDada is congratulating the scientist because Baba's children are experiencing happiness from this, and they look so good. However, what does BapDada wish now? Now many years has it been since establishment. You are now making preparations for celebrating the Diamond Jubilee. BapDada has called all of you children crown princes. All of you are kings. A king is seated on a throne, is he not? So, all of you are crown princes. The signs of a kingdom are a crown, a throne, and a tilak. Therefore, this year, whether you are new or old, the time for completion is close for the new ones as well as the old. Do not think that you will also perhaps get 60 years. No, you have to make up that time. If you have come last, you have to go fast. However, whether you are new or old, the time for completion and becoming perfect is the same for all. I am a self-sovereign soul. The tilak of this awareness is constantly applied. It is not that it is sometimes erased and sometimes applied. No. To be a ruler means to have a tilak. The tilak of this awareness should remain internally on you. It should not be ordinary. I am one who has a tilak. I am wearing the crown of responsibility of a world benefactor. The world is so large, and all of you are world benefactors. The Father is not thus alone. As well as with the Father, each of you is this. So, you are the ones who have the crown of responsibility of world benefit and are constantly seated on the Father's heart throne. Do not ever come down. Constantly be seated on the throne. Generally, parents do not allow their beloved, most loved children to go into the dust. They do not let them to step on the ground. So, you are all so beloved. Or are there others to come? No. You are those. So do not get off the throne and put your feet on the ground of having an ordinary form and ordinary thoughts. Let the feet of the intellect always be seated on the throne. You are the children of the Supreme Father. You are not children of some Mahatma or Dharmatma, but of Paramatma. All of you have very good intoxication at the moment. It is visible and it will remain internally. Will it not? Or will it remain for a little while and you will then battle and gain victory? It is not like that, is it? Are you Brahmins or warriors? You are Brahmins. You are not warriors. Do you battle? Or do you sometimes become a Brahmin and sometimes a warrior? If you have to battle with Maya, you can then understand that you are a warrior. To be a Brahmin means to be victorious, and to be a warrior means to battle. BapDada sometimes has a lot of compassion for some of children. You sit down to have yoga and then battle at that time. You say that you had yoga for 1 hour, but for how long did you battle in that 1 hour, and for how long did you have yoga? If you do not experience anything for any reason, it is definitely the stage of battling. BapDada says that you are yogi children, but that you become warriors instead. For how long will you battle? Till the end. Will you battle till the end? Should Baba give you permission to battle? Do you want this permission? Do you not want it? In that case, why do you battle? You become so weak and Maya makes you so dependent that you battle even when you don't want to. Some servants are very innocent and so some masters make them subservient. For something that is, the servant is not able to do, the master would still ask him to do it. He says, why else do you have a job here? So Maya also does the same. You do not want this, but because of being weak, you have to remain subservient on Maya. At that time, are you yogis or warriors? You cannot be called yogis. So BapDada wishes each child to become a yogi child, not a child who battles. BapDada does not like to see the children laboring and battling. You are the godly children who constantly stay in enjoyment and pleasure, not those who have to labor and battling. So what will you become? Yogi children or warrior children? Will you become yogis or do you also like to battle a little? At the moment, you are saying yes, yes, and when you say thus, a photograph is being taken. And so, this year, let everyone's chart be one of being a ruler. Finish subserviency. To all the souls from every direction in this land and abroad who are observing this scene in their subtle form, to the souls who are sustained by the elevated sustenance, and those who are claiming a ruling status through the most elevated study, to the souls who attain all blessings from the Sadguru, to the constantly victorious souls who are the conquerors of Maya, to the most elevated souls who have stopped constantly battling and are stabilized in the stage of being Rajyogi souls, BapDada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual Father. Blessing, may you be a true server and do subtle service at a fast speed by paying attention to being in solitude while remaining stable and concentrated. Explanation: in order to serve souls of the unlimited world while at a distance, your mind and intellect have to be constantly free. Do not keep your mind and intellect busy in trivial, ordinary matters. In order to do subtle service at a fast speed, Pay special attention to being in solitude and remain stable and concentrated. Even while busy, take a moment or two to experience solitude. Although the external situation may be of upheaval, concentrate your mind and intellect on the depths of one in a second whenever you want. You will then be able to become a true server and an instrument to do unlimited service. Slogan: A Jnani soul understands all the secrets of this knowledge and performs actions, while Raj Yukta means knower of all secrets. Yukti Yukta means tactful, and Yog Yukta. Om Shanti.